Hello and welcome to A Slice of Pie, the weekly Friday show that we do on this YouTube channel about the news, the stuff that's going on this channel, and stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. Before we get into it, I actually kind of want to talk about something kind of cool that I picked up more recently. I picked it up because I'm about to do some serious hard drive transferring stuff for the Nova build. But I bought this, and this is like a hard drive dock, but it reminds me of an N64 cartridge thing. You literally like take your hard drive and you dock it in cartridge style, and it's kind of cool. I'll tell you guys how it performs, but I actually have a video that I want to do where I actually test the limitations of USB. But I need more stuff before I do that. And I need to get my test bench working, which I guess is one of the things about the news that I'm going to talk about. Alright, so what's happening this week? Well, I am actually going to be working on Test Bench Part 2. I just got to get it to boot, and I think part of it is the cooler. I honestly think I lost the AM3 Plus mounting brackets. I don't know. This computer's lasted like 3 or 4 moves, so I honestly don't know where they were. I did find an air cooler that looks like it doesn't use it. It's the Noctua air coolers, so I'm going to attempt to do that. I also have to do some modifications to the design, but that video maybe will be done sooner rather than later, because I can always just boot into Windows and not assign a license to it yet, and then I'll buy a license later so that I actually have a working test bench. Yay! That being said, that bench is actually going to be testing a few different things, including those old graphics cards and the true limitations of the FX processors. That being said, I'm excited to do work with it because I have experiments. I'm a scientific kind of guy. That's what I do. Speaking of bad transitions, the Blender video that I was working on, I had to postpone it. I kind of knew that like it was a crapshoot that it was going to be done by Wednesday. And the reason I'm postponing it is because I decided to actually raise its scope a little bit. Like I typed up the script, and the script looked like it'd be pretty easy. The recording like took 15-ish minutes to record, and it honestly like looked like I could get it all together. The problem is the 3D modeling. I made it a lot more detailed than I expected, and I decided to go a completely different direction with the character. So like I was working on it, but now I'm actually going to make this character better because I intend to actually use them as a mascot for the YouTube channel. So yeah, I'm still working on it though. It will be coming, probably not next week because I actually have a different video slated for Wednesday this week, and that is a vlog. Because guess who's going to do some skating this weekend? I am, because I have the whole weekend off. And I should be able to get a hold of some skate shoes. I'm thinking maybe I might even go to the Vans outlet and get some Vans. You know, say screw doing other shoes, because those seem to be the ones that fit the best for me. They always have. So I'll get some Vans, and then I will find a skate spot. Maybe somewhere close. I just don't want to skate the lot. I may even still just skate flat, but I want to skate somewhere different. There are a couple parks in the area that I may try to see if I can find some place to skate over there. But point is, I will get some skateboarding, which means I can finish the next vlog because everything else is done with that vlog. So yeah, I just gotta get the skating and then that vlog can go out. So Wednesday, I will say a new vlog is gonna come out. Also, this weekend, I'm going to cut the metal for the Nova build and maybe, if I get time, buy the acrylic or glass, get the LEDs hooked up, maybe even finish the mod, which also means that Nova build part 2 is going to be recorded, or starting to get recorded. I'm still waiting on the cables. I haven't even had them say that they've shipped yet, so yeah. I'm waiting on cables still, and I do need to get more RAM to finish out the build in this sense, and then as I said with the thingy right here, I'm actually going to switch. I have a 4 terabyte hard drive that I'm going to take one of the 1 terabytes, probably dev drive, out, and then I'm going to just clone it using that and put dev drive back in the exact same order that it came in. So Yeah, point is though, my recording drive will eventually fill up, and I am going to need to also move that one to a multi-terabyte drive or get some sort of an archiving place, but I think a 4 terabyte drive should be fine for that. So yeah, Noah Build Part 2, vlog, that Blender video, all that stuff is in the works, and then depending on how much time I can get, there might be a video about Pokemon. That being said, let's go into the game news, and I can actually talk about that a little bit more. Game news. Focus on my face camera. So, I just talked about Pokemon a little bit in that first segment. So, what's going on? A new Pokemon game. Yes. Yes. We got Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, you may be wondering why I'm not showing any footage of Sword and Shield, and that is because Pokemon Company, unlike Nintendo, has decided to go all draconian on YouTube. So, I'm just going to say their names, say that they're coming, and that the video that I'd be working on, I'm going to redraw the starters, because I kind of want to do a video where I predict the forms of the final forms of the Pokemon, but that being said, I don't know if I'm going to have time for it, so don't hold your breath for it. Point is though, new starters were revealed, new region was revealed, and new game titles were revealed. It looks okay. It does look like the evolution of the Sun and Moon style, and I said this to every person I talked to after this. I can't tell if we're in a Diamond and Pearl situation or a Black and White situation. And the reason I can't tell is because those generations were kind of pinnacle graphical shifts for the series, where they went from pixel art to 3D-ish in the overworld. And then Black and White, like, they did, again, they kind of like incrementally moved towards 3D Pokemon games. And the reason I'm like, I can't tell is because the art style reminds me a little bit of Black and White. But I can't tell how fast the actual gameplay is going to be, because there was a really, if you were around during the time that Diamond and Pearl came out, it was really bad. It was very, very slow. Platinum did a lot to fix it. They sped up a lot of things and it worked better, but I don't know. It could be really cool. The battle looked perfect, but the actual gameplay, I'm not 100% sold on yet. That being said, it does look like the exact evolution of this was this game, this is this game. They didn't seem to go way out of their reach in order to complete it, which makes sense because Game Freak isn't that big of a development team. So yeah, I mean, some people were disappointed. I'm not, because this is exactly what I expected. I didn't expect us to get Breath of the Wild, but Pokemon. So yeah, new game. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to play it. The titles look dumb, but and I could have made them, but yeah. Let's move on. THQ Nordic. Oh my God, THQ Nordic. What were you thinking? So THQ Nordic decided to do an AMA, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, Ask Me Anythings are pretty common on Reddit. They're actually a really good way to interact with your community in a more genuine way. For some unknown reason, THQ Nordic decided to do it on 8chan, which 8chan is worse than 4chan. So, why would you do that? They had to go on Twitter and say that they were not into child pornography afterwards. So yeah, it was not a good idea, and I think they learned their lesson, maybe, that 8chan is not the place to do an AMA. Oh, but that. Now we're gonna talk about some juicier rumors. Now, we heard about the possibility of Xbox Game Pass and Xbox streaming services coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, we have it on the other side. Somebody in one of the beta-ish builds noticed something kind of weird on their sound mixing dashboard. It was Marina. Well, a tentacle of Marina on Xbox. Now, that's particularly weird because Marina is from Splatoon and Marina is Nintendo property. That being said, we have been questioning where Microsoft was going to get anything if they start publishing their games on the Nintendo Switch. And that makes sense, actually. Splatoon, I love the game to death. You guys know I love myself some Splatoon. So I would not be against actually having Xbox players in the pool. That would be kind of cool. That being said, if that's the test game that they're doing across those two platforms, that's kind of awesome, actually. I honestly like that, especially because Splatoon as a game survives off of its community, and if we can expand the community into a whole nother console, that'd be cool. So it might be, and I kind of again was thinking this was going to be the case, that Nintendo is going to put certain games on the Xbox and Xbox is going to put certain games on the Nintendo Switch, which again makes perfect sense. Games like a Banjo-Kazooie, they will do better on Switch than they will in their own native platform. So, yeah, if this is the future we're looking at, I'm excited. I am really excited for it. And then also in Xbox news, the latest driver builds for Windows are testing the possibility of using Xbox game files on PC. Now, I honestly am surprised that they haven't tried this move sooner. I mean, the original Xbox, or the direct Xbox, was running off of essentially PC hardware. And then they deviated, and now it looks like they're coming right on back. So having games that can be universally developed for both platforms at the exact same time is kind of appealing. That being said, Unreal Engine, which I use, I'm developing for both platforms at the exact same time, and there's nothing different that I'm doing about it. That being said, this will open up the possibility of several Xbox exclusive games on PC, which I would like because again, I'm gonna go back to Banjo-Kazooie. I want my Banjo-Kazooie. Again, I digress. Cool features across the board. Microsoft might have a very, very interesting E3 this year, especially if it's in conjunction with Nintendo. The world we live in is not the world I thought I'd be living in the past. So yeah, gaming is very excited if you are looking very deep right now. All right, let's do the tech news. Tech news. Okay, tech news. We're gonna have to do this pretty quick because I've already eaten up a lot of time and I'm running out of camera battery. Ice Lake possibly coming soon. This is the new Intel generation CPUs. I believe they're shrinking it down to 10 nanometer processing, which pretty cool. This could be coming right in time to compete with the new Vega 2, or not Vega 2, Zen 2 architecture. And yeah, I honestly can't wait to see the competition between these two. It's probably gonna be more expensive than Zen 2 processors, but again, it's good to see both companies kind of going head in head, especially because that's exactly what we need to see in the computer space for prices to actually be competitive. Whew. This is the year of folding phones, apparently, because, well, let's just say everyone's making them. Samsung revealed theirs, it's kind of dumb. Huawei unveiled theirs, it's a little bit better. And then Motorola has some patents for a folding fold that actually has it folding the opposite way. Folding clamshell style in on itself, kind of like an old flip phone. That being said, that is the only one of these that I actually think is kind of cool. As weird as it sounds, having a smartphone that can protect its own screen is actually very useful, and then having it in a smaller footprint, again, for me, someone who uses my pockets heavily, that is pretty cool. I do actually enjoy the idea of going back to a flip phone style with a touchscreen. I mean, it's stupid but cool at the same time. The new USB standard is stupid. Not because it's not going to offer anything better. It's actually going to offer speeds of up to 20 gigabits per second. Yeah, not gigabytes, gigabits. The cool part about it is that extremely fast transfer rate, which is actually twice as much as the current USB standard. Problem is, they didn't name it USB 4, and they didn't name it USB 3.3 or 3.2. They named it 3.2.2, 3.2 times 2, which really dumb. Apparently it's going to be known as USB Super Speed. Again, really dumb. It's a dumb name, and honestly, like, it's going to be capable of, I think, matching Thunderbolt, which is cool, but at the same time, it is gonna be confusing for a little while for people trying to actually use it. And then finally, super micro SDs. Now, these things can be up to 1 terabyte, which we already had SD cards that could go up to 1 terabyte, but the cool thing is that they're actually capable of interfacing with PCIe Express and NVMe, which means that we can actually get transfer rates on these things faster than most internal hard drives and SSDs. That is bloody awesome, because that will mean that on your Nintendo Switch, you could literally have a game faster than the internal storage if it supports it, which I think actually it's supposed to be future-proof to that point. I digress. Awesome for high-capacity movie creation. It's going to be awesome for small consoles of that nature, and then in the future, consoles won't necessarily need a large drive. That being said, micro SD cards are more prone to failure than a normal hard drive, which is where the cost comparison is going to come in, and they're probably going to be super, super expensive. Whew. And that's all we have for this week. Thank you guys for watching. I actually somehow topped this one out at 16 minutes before editing, so yeah, those quick bits. So if you like this video, you can like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I will see you again next week for a slice of pie. One of these days, I'm actually gonna buy a pie and have it. Or maybe we'll make a sewed pie. I'll get on that. Bye!